So off we go, heading back down south through Lutsen and south of there. Man, that's not a nest, that's a backwoods mansion. This is new since the last time I came through here. Nice and sturdy. Angles! Good times. May not look like it, but I'm loving this. Oh, the tiny, tiny amanitas. Well, I'm past where I hit the trail yesterday, and now I'm heading up Mystery Mountain. So Mystery Mountain, I don't know, maybe that'll lead me to the Big Rock Candy Mountain. On I go. It is about noon. Hit the trail at 8:45. I'm doing good time. I'm doing 2.35 miles an hour so far as my average pace, so doing better than usual. Maybe my walking program is helping. Maybe these new boots, these Loas, and I really like those. Well, I hadn't seen many people today, but I just ran into Tor's your husband.
Siffy. Siffy and Mojo.
And is Mojo your dad?
Yeah, my dad.
Okay. Yep. And Mojo, you're 95, right?
Well, I'm 3 weeks from 95.
Okay, 3 weeks from 95. We'll round up to 95 there. And he's through hiking the Superior Hiking Trail. And the man's got spunk, and so I ran into these guys, and we've just been having a chat about walking, and it's awesome. So, woo, buddy! Mojo's got the mojo!
All right.
Sat there and talked to Mojo and his daughter there for, I don't know, 15 minutes. And he's slack packing. He just carries a day pack, I mean, because he's almost 95. And they take him to a section, and he goes and does it and checks it off the list. And they said they live up here. I met his son, or his son-in-law, Tor, about 30 minutes before I ran into him, and he's heading on back down to the car. But that man, his name's Joe, but they've been calling him Mojo, and he's been showing up on the Superior Hiking Trail Facebook page, kind of becoming a cult hero. He's had a few falls out here, hurt his arm, but he's an ex-firefighter and retired firefighter, and he just gets on with it, gets patched up and gets back on the trail. And when he shook my hand, he about crushed my hand. That man has still got some strength. He's in good shape. He'll do this thing. That's pretty cool. Going about 8 miles now. I'm up on Moose Mountain, heading across, and probably coming to the next camp in about 3 miles, maybe a little bit less. But I'm taking a little break. I'm having that instant coffee right now that was in that Norwegian Real Trail meal. I could use a little boost. It's about 2 o'clock. Perfect. And I'm going to have me a little pack of peanut butter and maybe half of this candy bar. The Troika bar, and I know it's Norwegian. Heavy too. Excellent. A little low on water, so had to think about that coffee. But having a good walk. It's still cloudy, kind of foggy out that way. Cool. It's like 65 degrees, windy. Perfect. Still sweating though. We'll try to use a little discipline and only eat a few bites of this Troika bar. Dark chocolate. Wow. I said there's like a little layer of jelly right there. Reminds me of the English candy, the British candy, the Turkish Delight, but without that perfumey taste. This is a very interesting candy bar. And underneath, get the glasses so I can actually see clearly, like a little layer of chocolate and a thin layer of marzipan. That white on the bottom is the marzipan, then a layer of chocolate, and then that jelly. All covered in a dark chocolate. Hello.
Hi.
Have to get my bits out of your way. I'm sitting here breaking down the candy bar, talking about it. You know how I like to do that. Other people talk about beers and IPAs. I talk about candy, but look like a father and son team just going by. Day hiking, but serious. Little packs on. Came up on me quiet. So people ask when you're just sitting here talking to yourself, they're going, no worries. Oh, that coffee hit the spot. I feel energized. And I ate about just one wee little bite past half of that trochia bar. But man, I really like that. That's, you know, that would be an acquired taste for most Americans, I would say. But I got a continental palate. So, Jonas, you had mentioned something about you better like this bar because this is the Norwegian treasure. You know, I didn't like it. I loved it. Definitely got the rumbling of some thunder back behind the camera here. Lake Superior behind me. I should be coming to a camp, or a couple of them, pretty soon. Might go ahead and make camp. I'd rather just be set up before these thunderstorms hit. Getting on the 10-mile mark now, so I'm feeling pretty good about my walk today. I feel good, my feet feel good. No hot spots, new boots are supporting my feet well. Happy as can be in Foot City. Alrighty, so here's my stats for the day. Been walking 6.24 hours, time moving 4:07. Now that always feels wrong. Almost 10 miles, 9.9, max speed. Man, I was burning it up, 5.8. But this is what I'm happy about. My moving average right there was 2.27. And the reason I feel good about that, it proves that my walking has been paying off. Because a few videos back I've been moaning about, man, my speed is slowing down to like 1.45 or 1.37, and I was, you know, you pretend it doesn't bother you when you're 66, but it does. So my speed's back up, just stamina, just the flow of my feet. Yeah, woo buddy. All secure in sector Shug boot. Yes sir. I keep looking over there at my vest drying out, thinking it's somebody. Right down here by a little creek. Got a fire pit with sittable seats. I beat the rain, haven't heard the thunder in about a half hour. So it's supposed to be coming around 7. It's maybe 4:30 right now. A little early to stop. Early! But I'm ready, I'm ready. I'll just go south a little bit more tomorrow. And then I'll boogie it all back on, let's see, today's Thursday, so Friday night down that way and booger on back for Saturday. Whoopee sling tied off. The ridge line has a hook, so it's easy to remove it if you want. With that system right there, which I like a lot. It is a very comfortable hammock. It is, trust me on that. The Dunaker. Old school. A little footrest right there, that's nice. And it seems, first I've seen, they have some new latrine signs. Just in case you don't know what that is, it's a latrine. All right, I'm going to peep inside. Ugh. Let's say this is a well-used site. Oh. That was a horror show. You know, one thing I go round and round and around the horn on is, what do I want to bring as a camp shoe? Now, I've done Crocs, And I have these lightweight Crocs, and maybe they're old because they've kind of collapsed down on the top. So when I get up at night to go pee and put them on, they're kind of a pain if I've got a sock on. Like I don't just slip into them. I want fast entry. I often use my boots, but like today, man, it just felt good to finally get my boots off my feet, as comfortable as they are and what they've done, and just get the feet out for a while. So I brought flip-flops before, and I brought them this time. It's a real lightweight pair, and I wear a cut-off sock with it so that my ankle and my heel and my upper leg not only will be warmer like on a day like right now because it's like 64 degrees, but I spray it with permethrin, so if I'm knocking around camp when there's ticks and mosquitoes, it keeps them off my ankles. And it's this kind of thing. It's a pretty embarrassing look, but it's camping. And right now they feel great because my toes are out. Just got them out of the boots. You know, they're coming back to life now a little bit. But my ankles are warm. My toes don't feel that much cold. And my feet feel real good, real good in them. The only thing that I hate about them, and it's like my wife Meg and my daughter Ariel, if we're at the beach or just at home, they like to wear flip-flops. So it's that. So right now, walking around camp, I've got that flip-flop sound going. So I'm really trying to relax my toes so I don't drive myself crazy. I don't like the flip-flop noise, or some people call them thongs. I think of a different thing with a thong, but I was in showbiz. Yeah, you know, I'm retired. I'm really still in showbiz. I'm just not doing it right now. Who knows? I might go back to it when I'm 80. But that little cold breeze right now across my toes feels magical. It's going on 5. Man, it looks like somebody just fell through the trees and all their clothes fell off and got hung, but trying to dry out my hiking clothes a little bit. It was humid today. I mean, I was even chilly, but I sweated quite a bit. You know, I was going at a good pace, what I felt like was a good, normal pace. I tried going slower, and of course, coming up Mystery Mountain and a few places where there were some big hills, I do just naturally slow it down, but I felt good doing the whole walk today. A couple times a little stumbly on the downhills where there was a lot of rocks and roots, and that was just me. But I focused on the trail a lot today and not what was around me, just on the trail, and it was a good day's walk. I just love this trail. It's easy to get to for me, you know, 4 to 5.5 hour drive, depending on whether I want to go down more in the southern part, closer to the cities, or to the northern part. And honestly, I have not, other than seeing Mojo and his daughter today, and I had run into the daughter's husband, Tor, maybe 30 minutes earlier. I think those are the only people I've seen all day, and it's Thursday. Well, the inReach is saying at 8 o'clock there, right there at 8, like right now we're at 6, 65, cloudy, 8 p.m. There's the thunderstorm thing, 10 p.m. thunderstorm. Let's talk about what's important. Tonight's dinner, the Mackenzie chowder. It's like a potato soup with red beans and hot vegetables. I've had this before. That's a really, really good meal. And the most important thing, what will be the candy bar tonight? It is the Cocoa Crisp. Cool man, maximum respect. It's a Jamaican candy bar, man. And this was sent to me by Jason, and his wife is from down in the West Indies, so he'll always send me cool candy from there. And I had to hide this one from Meg because she loves this one because it's got coconut in it. Yeah, Meg loves some coconut. And this one, it's a, I've had this before, I know it's good, I've eaten it at home. Chocolate with tender coconut and crispy rice. Chocolate con leche con coco fino y arroz inflado. Got my tarp pulled back. Thunderstorm's supposed to be coming in an hour, hour and a half. I want to have my dinner done, be ready to hunker down. Yeah, I'm shooting for 12-hour sleep tonight. 12 hours, baby. Especially if it's raining, that'll be nice. You have no excuse but other than to sleep and hunker. But I'm the Maple King. Looks like potato chips on there. There's your nice potato pieces and red beans, vegetables and whatnot. Okay, kiddos. Let's go into this Mackenzie chowder. I know it's good. I've already licked my spoon a couple times. It's creamy. Love these potato pieces. This is like a really good potato soup. If you can see them slicers. Well, Trail Foods, she makes good meals too. She's got some interesting meals. I like the Everest cabbage meal. It's kind of like a stuffed cabbage, but it's broken up. I love a stuffed cabbage, and I never get them enough. This meal is really doing it for me tonight. Seriously. Let's delve into the Cocoa Crisp. Now that dinner has been had. Yeah, when the package came from Jason, Meg noticed it said coconut, and she said, I'll have that. Oh man. That is just Jamaica. That's the tropics in your mouth. You got the Rice Krispies kind of going around the edge under the chocolate, and then this layer of coconut. Alrighty. You know, and it's not like a Mounds candy bar. Not even close. It's a different chocolate, different texture. You know, the reason I like these chocolates from other countries is to taste the chocolate in each country. And just the way they put their candy bars together. Goodness gracious. I love a good Jamaican chocolate. Maximum respect, Mom. If only I had a nice ting to have with it. Ting is a soft drink they have in Jamaica. I remember having down there. It's kind of like a grapefruit, just a soft drink. Oh, man, an ice cold ting in a bottle. We were down there a lot when we were performing on cruise ships years ago. Nothing like it. So the closest thing would be a Fresca. My friend Skeeter always said, man, Aykroyd, he calls me Aykroyd, there ain't nothing worse than a hot Fresca, but there ain't nothing better than an ice cold Fresca. Ooh, buddy. It's about 8:15 and I'm calling it, man. I'm gonna lay in here and read a little bit. Starting to get a few raindrops. I don't hear any thunder rumbling, but I'm hoping to. I'd like a thunderstorm that's intense without being scary for a few hours. That'd be nice. Could do without big lightning, but the thunder and the rain, that'd be a bonus here at, you know, at slumber time. That pretty boiled and steamed up my lens. Well, I'll tell you what, right after I got into the sack last night, it rained. Never heard any thunder, never saw any lightning, but it poured. I mean, it was a hard rain. It started with just a couple of tick, and then and went for a while, and I fell asleep during it. Quite enjoyed it. Never got wet. I'm going to take a bite of this honey granola and strawberry yogurt now from Denmark with the Green Bay Packer packaging that Klaus and Kluten gave to me, and a few other folks that were up there at that booth, and it smells good. It's just anyway, good morning to you. Shug here from the Minnesota Northwoods. I have lollygagged till about 9:33. Camp is broken. I've stretched out. Morning constitutional. Beautiful morning. The sun is out. Got my kabuki makeup on, which is my code name for sunscreen. Just have a real beautiful walk today. It's like 58 degrees right now. And Suge is feeling good. That's right, Suge, the third person, feeling all right, mighty all right. It's a bit blustery up here on Oberg. Yeah. Woo, buddy. See, you kind of moving hooked over there. Getting to be about noon, I'm stopping for a little lunch. I added cold water to this this morning back at camp, and I'm at a multi-group camp right now, and they got a teeny tiny little picnic table here. So I kind of drug it over here in the shade. Take a little break. Packet Gourmet, Southwest corn and black bean salad. You got your roasted corn, chipotle black beans, green chilies, sliced onions with corn tortilla bits and cheese. This is the tortilla bits and cheese, and you got some Cholula hot sauce, you got some macaroni, extra virgin olive oil, and a package of Heinz malt vinegar. Just add cold water. If you use hot water, it'll be done in 15 minutes. Cold water takes about an hour. This is really good. A little crunch from the tortillas. Beans are soft. I'm out of the sun. What else can I ask? Delicious meal. I really feel like I'm living. I really feel like that right now. I've been walking along here thinking, wow, what a beautiful day to be walking. It's 71 degrees. For the last hour, there has been no humidity whatsoever. Not a lick. I'm not even damp. And I'm walking a good pace. There's a nice breeze blowing. There's a lot of shade in the woods, yet the sun is out. I just walked back there to the East Laveau site. And I remember now, every time I walk into that site, it feels haunted. And there's a little swamp over there. And there was some animal across the way. It was something eating something, or something giving birth, or just creepy. But there's nowhere to hang your hammock. All the trees are down or dead. But one nice big flat tent spot. It's got some nice grass. But I remember every time I look at this spot, I go, it frightens me. It frightens me very much. So I'm walking out here, and I was just telling you that I went into that East Laveau site, and it always gives me a haunted, creepy feeling, and I was hearing a sound. Well, here's what I was hearing!
Woo, buddy!
Woo, buddy! This is Grady. We've been talking, and he's walking alone, and he was an Eagle Scout, and we both met right over at this site. So right when I came around the corner, I saw a rear end of a bear taking off that way, and I was hearing this clicking sound. Mm-hmm. And you had your bottle out.
I had the water bottle.
And he was just making that sound. So I was going, what is that racket? And then he came around the corner. He said, did you just see a bear, hear a bear? And I said, yeah, I just saw it take off. So
yeah,
here we go. We're both out here. It's the first backpacker I have seen all day. Mm-hmm. Woo, buddy! So Grady went on. I'm sitting here, and I really want to stay here. I'm not concerned about getting mauled. I'm more concerned about it being in camp all night trying to get my food, and just me being up having to deal with that, because I don't think you can just sleep through that stuff. Well, I'm gonna take my boots off a minute and take a little break and figure out what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna do. Water filtration time. Oh yeah. So I'm camping up here. I came back up toward the trailhead to camp. You know, I just didn't want to, you know, if a bear is in an area, it's usually in an area. I didn't want to be fighting it all night. And I met several of these young folks today, a group of 3 who are camped back there in tents, and the young fella Grady there who's got a Kammock hammock. Pretty new to hammocks and testing it out. He's on his first solo. And it's a beautiful campsite here. This is where I stopped and had lunch. Just a lovely, lovely setting here. Lovely day. Well, buddy, all secure in Sector 7, sun in the eye. Tonight's dinner is the good old ramen rescue with chicken. And I got my ramen noodles over there. And then for dessert, the Kostani bar from the Czech Republic. Oh. It's been sort of sitting up here gabbing with Grady. And actually, he's going to the U of M in math and statistics, which is like the other side of where I come from. But we came together, we both speak F1. In fact, we're talking about maybe being an F1 engineer. Not me, too late for me, but him maybe. Or some kind of motorsports. In fact, Belmont Abbey College down there where I went to college for a year, in Belmont, North Carolina, has a motorsports division now. Well, that's pretty cool. Looking at the sun kind of coming in through the hammocks. You know, when you eat ramen rescue, you gotta sound like this. Backing that down with some nice creek water that's been filtered. And it feels really dignified to be sitting here at a little small picnic table having my dinner. I like it. The Kostani bar is a little broken up, but that will not deter me. Instantly, you know this is chocolate from another country. Thank you, Milan. I'm still eating some of the stuff you sent. I'm not even sure how to describe the taste of this. A soft chocolate, but there's something going on there that is just delightful. The young campers have all gotten quiet. So I'm going to wake them with me licking my fingers. I'll be heading back to the Jeep in the morning. Will I get up in the middle of the night now? I don't know, because I backtracked a little bit. We'll see. I'm not going to worry about it, so don't you worry about it. Good night, everybody. Shug here. All secure in Sector 7. Woo, buddy.
Well, it's 4 o'clock, and I've woken up, and I'm getting ready for a little breakfast from the hammock, but I know there's people camped near me, so I'm being real quiet and doing the creepy whisper. I think I'm looking into the light rather than the camera, so have a coffee and hit the trail in the dark.
So I'm just about to the Jeep, and I was hoping, man, I hope I don't run into anybody at all. And there they are. There's more of them.
How's it going?
More people.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey.
Hello. Wow, God. Came up quietly, didn't they? So this is Joe now. We're friends here, and we've just been talking trail talk, you know, I could give him a little info about the bear site. And
Yeah.
You're out here for night 2?
Night 2 of, yeah, at least 7. We'll do another big section here as I kind of project doing a through hiking section southbound.
You're going to do about 7 days.
Just for this section.
Just for this section.
If I make it to Tetagooch, I'll be pretty excited.
Yeah.
Being from Minneapolis, I decided pretty on, like, I don't have to do it in one go.
You don't.
It's in the backyard.
Woo, buddy! 11:30, back down to the Jeep. This is the house I like the most up here in Duluth. I love the way the trees kind of cover the front. I always have this thought that I would knock on that door someday and a manservant, super old man, older than Alfred from Batman, would answer the door in his natty attire, you know, total tuxedo, and bring me in. And the lady that lives there is kind of Cruella de Vil looking, but kind, and probably having a mint julep or a Manhattan. And the house smells of rose hips and maybe a kerosene heater and a little slight touch of mold. But I just love that house. I look forward to seeing it every time. That's my story. That's all I got to say.
I hope there's not a real big line. I hope there's not a real big line.
Oh man, I am so hungry. Got the double Gordy's burger. I've always liked they put the American flag in it. Never had this before. I'm having the shrimp basket. Got those nice crispy fries, the tartar sauce, some onion rings. I'm bringing most of these home for Meg, the onion ring sauce, and 3 burgers. And we'll eat those burgers. We'll cut them in half and heat them up and eat those over the next 2 days. Don't always get up to Gordy's, and it closes end of September, so got to do it now. And I got myself a Gordy's hi-hat sticker to put on the Jeep. That's how much I think about it. It's going on there with my bass, my mandolin, my F1 stuff, my golf, Frankenstein. Very choosy about the sticker that goes on. All right, I'm sitting down to have my meal, and this man comes running across the parking lot here going, "You're in your usual location." And I come here because I can talk in the camera. But this is Seaver, man. He's the new Gordy. He's the son of Gordy's son. Gordy was,
yeah, I'm
was
Gordy's
your
grandson.
grandfather.
Yeah.
That's him right here. So I implore you, if you're coming through by Duluth and Cloquet, Minnesota, come to Gordy's Hi-Hat, man.
But don't sit in his spot.
Yeah, do not be in my spot.
This is Shug's spot only.
As a matter of fact,
else.
I was gonna sit in there, but I was going, okay, I think I can eat while there's still shade. Otherwise, I gotta move. All right, Seaver, man, keep it going, buddy.
Hey.
Good to see you, and thanks for saying hi.
Thank you, Shug.
Woo, buddy! Now that was so cool. I was sitting here getting ready to eat. The guy comes running. He's wearing the Gordy stuff, and I don't know Seaver. I know Seaver's dad. God, that blackberry shake. So Gordy was Seaver's grandfather, and Seaver's dad is the man in there working. And one time, 20 years ago, I was coming up here to go up to Voyageurs National Park, and stopped by here at 8 in the morning. They weren't open, and they were all in there hand pattying these things, and I was kind of at the door looking in, and he came over and cracked the door and just said, "How many you want?" And I said, 8, and he made me 8 burgers. They weren't even open yet. So that was his son who came out and knows that once in a while I tag this Gordy's Hi-Hat on my videos because it's worth tagging, man. It's like an institution, this place. It's the best. So we just sat here and talked for like 30 minutes. It was great, you know, especially after being in the woods with nobody and then everybody. All right, woo, buddy. Goodness gracious, this is good eating. I like the shrimp. I was in the mood for them shrimps today. I just wanted fried shrimp in that tartar sauce. It's in that sun, tainting. Ugh. Yum. Man, these burgers here, 2 patties, the onions, the cheese, the pickles, simple. But we were just talking about that. They still hand patty all their burgers. There's only one Gordy's, and this is it. I wasn't kidding, man. I put that sticker right on there already. Here's how many miles that trip was. 487.7 miles. Goodness gracious. To Lutz and Dotson, Dietzen, Dutzen, Dietzen. Well, good morning. I'm fine too.